Abura. Abura is a small yokai that looks like a bird with a straw coat. It has round eyes and a beak-shaped face, which gives it a strange, yet not particularly scary appearance. He lives on the mountainside and is a friend of Turbo Granny, according to the DanDaDan storyline. His special power is that he is incredibly knowledgeable and filled with wisdom. Aside from his knowledge, Abura doesn't have much to offer in terms of strength. He does not fight on a large scale and has no ability to harm other characters. This is why he is placed at the bottom of the list, as other spirits are quite powerful and have unique abilities that could cause a major threat to their opponents. Earthbound Spirit Crab. The Earthbound Spirit Crab is a large ghost shaped like a crab. Its shell is covered with the faces of girls who died in the place it haunts, and its belly has many mouths. This makes it one of the creepiest looking spirits in the series. He made a brief appearance in the initial story and was bound to a tunnel in Shono City. It initially fused with Turbo Granny and helped her in her battle against Momo and Okarun. However, in terms of powers and abilities, it doesn't have much aside from its gigantic size and its claws. This is why it is placed so low in the rankings. There are speculations that if it had been given a proper chance, it would have proved his strength. But before he could do that, he was exorcised by Siko. Jumping Crone. The Jumping Crone is an old woman spirit with long hair and bare feet. She moves with the help of springy shoes that make her jump around quickly. Her powers were evidently passed down to Haze through a mysterious Asura delivered to him. Not only that, her powers were also possessed by Count Saint Germain, and she helped him with better jumping ability and let him create magic platforms under his feet. While her ability gives him speed and mobility, it is still not powerful enough and quite simple compared to other spirits. She is dangerous to humans in close range, but cannot cause massive destruction like other spirits in DanDaDan. Thus, she is placed so low in terms of rankings. Black Hair Cutter. Black Hair Cutter is a strange spirit with a round head, sharp teeth, and a long tongue. It has a creepy design and was also possessed by Count Saint Germain. He provided him with the ability to boost his sword's cutting power. The activation of this Kogai also causes his sword to discharge black lightning, which looks quite menacing in the DanDaDan manga. Black Hair Cutter is quite a powerful spirit, as it helped Count Saint Germain against the fairy tale card spirit. However, its entire capability is based around boosting his sword powers, and without a weapon, it doesn't pose much threat to others. This is why Count Saint Germain didn't use him much within the story. Water Tiger. Water Tiger is another spirit whose powers were stolen by Count Saint Germain. Its exact form is not always shown clearly, but it is known for providing muscular strength. It boosted Count Saint Germain's density as the impact of his landing caused surface cracks. However, it does not appear as a major free spirit with its own agenda. There are not many details available about his character in DanDaDan, but by the developments we have witnessed, it is safe to assume that Water Tiger is more powerful than the above spirits. Hopefully, DanDaDan fans will get to see Water Tiger in the future. Ice Flame Guardian Spirit. The Ice Flame Guardian Spirit is a special elemental spirit. It can produce flames that freeze anything they touch, dropping temperatures almost instantly. This unusual mix of fire and ice makes it very unique and threatening. It was a guardian spirit contracted to Kashimoto and allowed him to borrow its power when needed. It has the power to freeze enemies and change the environment around it. As a guardian spirit, it has a clear purpose and strong power, but sadly, it is limited to one element. Despite that, the Ice Flame Guardian Spirit is quite powerful, and it could amplify Kashimoto's punches, resulting in both freezing his opponents and delivering damage. Mai Kawabanga. Mai Kawabanga is the spirit of a girl who died young and is now linked to Rin Sawaki. She is not violent or evil, but serves as a guardian who protects Rin. Her presence is emotional, showing how spirits can also bring comfort rather than fear. However, she also possesses a unique ability called gravitational control, and as the name suggests, it grants her the power to manipulate gravity as she sees fit. When used correctly, it could be an incredibly powerful technique, but the only thing is that it has a major weakness. Her powers can easily be stopped just by disrupting Rin from singing, which could pose a major threat to her and to others. Aside from this weakness, it is safe to say that Mai's powers are among the strongest. Acrobatic Silky. Acrobatic Silky is a tall, thin spirit with long hair and a frightening design, whose aura later gets transferred to Ira in DanDaDan. Her story is tragic, as her life before death was filled with sadness, which somehow resulted in her becoming incredibly powerful. She has long hair, which she can extend and manipulate however she sees fit, and it becomes more terrifying when combined with her acrobatic skills. In battle, she is extremely fast and can overwhelm opponents with her terrifying physical attacks. Her acrobatic style makes her completely unpredictable and dangerous. Her attacks might not be as destructive as others, but it is safe to say that she is one of the strongest spirits within the DanDaDan storyline. Fairy Tale card. The Fairy Tale card is more than just a normal DanDaDan spirit. It is a cursed card that can create a whole pocket world called the Danmanra trunk. Inside this world, it has control over what happens, which makes it very powerful compared to normal spirits. It has many branches with different cards, and each card has its own power, ranging from stealing eyes and mouths to possessing someone. In the series, it acts as a major antagonist for the Danmura arc, and it won't be a stretch to say that the Fairy Tale card spirit was one of the most terrifying villains Momo and Okarun had ever faced in DanDaDan. It was eventually defeated by Count Saint Germain, otherwise it would have easily escaped. Umbrella Boy. Umbrella Boy was actually the younger brother of Unji Futazuma. He died and turned into a spirit and went on to share his power with Unji. It possesses intense shockwave abilities that can threaten any monster in DanDaDan. When Unji transforms into his Umbrella Boy form, he gains enhanced speed and durability that make him quite powerful. He also has 2 umbrellas in his hands that help him attack his opponents with shockwaves. It plays an important role in the DanDaDan storyline, and eventually becomes friends with Momo and Okarun. He was also a major character during the battle against Fairy Tale card. Enenra. Enenra worked with Count Saint Germain, and he is a smoke spirit who can turn his body into smoke and move through the air. He is skilled, fast, and deadly, often acting more like an assassin than a random spirit. Apart from his smoke, Enenra is incredibly powerful in terms of hand-to-hand combat and martial arts. He can land a punch with immense strength that is enough to knock down his opponents. He has the perfect combination of stealth and tactics, which is why he is considered one of the strongest spirits in DanDaDan. He was one of the strongest villains within the story. He might be one of the very few spirits who had next-level intelligence and training. Evil Eye. The Evil Eye is a cursed child spirit who possessed Gigi and served as one of the main antagonists during the Cursed House arc in DanDaDan. Evil Eye is considered to be one of the most dangerous spirits within the series, as he not only had physical powers, but also possessed extreme spiritual powers. What makes him terrifying is his ability to force people into committing suicide with his evil gaze. It has the power to corrupt adults, spread madness, and create chaos quite easily. However, he suppressed his urge to kill humanity and became a supporting character within the story. He helps Momo and Okarun deal with other villains, and uses his terrifying power against other villains in DanDaDan. Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny was the first spirit introduced in DanDaDan, and although she was initially a villain, she later became a complicated ally after being sealed into a doll. Not only that, her powers were also sealed into the protagonist of the series, Okarun, which evidently makes her a significant character in the story. She has quite a few abilities, like insane speed, immense power, teleportation, fusion, etc. What makes Turbo Granny special is that she is both scary and clever. Even when sealed, she keeps some of her power and personality, and through Okarun, DanDaDan fans get to see what she is capable of in the story. While Okarun eventually returns her powers back, she still helps the group in their adventures and showcases how dangerous she is. She definitely deserves the top spot among the spirit rankings. Reiko Kashima. Reiko Kashima is considered the most powerful spirit in DanDaDan, and she is inspired by the famous slit-mouthed woman of Japanese mythology. She is a large, dangerous yokai with superhuman durability and strength, but what actually makes her terrifying is her spiritual powers that allow her to control mirrors and trap others inside them. Not only that, she can even imitate the voices, attack, and possess others from a distance if they are near a mirror. She is honestly a top-tier threat who pushes the main characters of DanDaDan, Momo and Okarun, into dangerous developments. She even took down an entire race of aliens, which gives a decent insight into what she is actually capable of. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below if I missed anything.